Hi, RAM fans, and welcome to College Hour. This is the Student Activities College Hour. We're coming to you every Wednesday at noon. We'll be sharing lots of information about campus activities and different departments and what they're doing. My co-host is Heather. Say hi, Heather.
Hi, my name's Heather. I work in student activities and I'm so excited to participate in this today. And it's so nice to put a face to the name Linda. I know we've been back and forth. So this is such vital information for all of the students to, know what kind of services we can provide here at Fresno City and through the library.
So everyone, Linda Kobashigawa is joining us from Library, and she's going to share about the technology, rentals, and services, and just really all about Fresno City College Library. So Linda, take it away.
Thank you so much for having me. And is this the first college hour of the semester?
The very first, you got the very first one.
So it's so exciting. So so what I'm going to do is share my, I have a little PowerPoint that I'm going to show, and then I'll do a little demo of the website just to show everyone how to navigate it and where to find the things that I'm going to be talking about today. So let me start that share. Okay, so I hope everyone can see my intro slide.
Yes.
Thank you. So it'll just be a quick introduction to the Fresno City College Library. Again, my name is Linda Kobashigawa, and I'm a librarian here at Fresno City College. I've actually been a librarian here for, I think it's been like 6 years. And I do quite a few of these presentations. So it's always fun to share what resources we have at the library. An overview of the session is going to be, I'm gonna hit the library collections first, because I think that's something that everybody wants to know about, what things we loan out, and for how long can you loan them, and what our inventory looks like. So I'll talk about that. I'll also talk about the librarians that we have at the library, because I know it's kind of hard. There's a lot of students on campus, but a lot of them are still virtual as well. And so it can be hard to put faces to names. So I always like to introduce the librarians to you, so that we're real people and you can ask us really anything, and we're here happy to help. Also, the library is open, so you can come visit us, and I'll talk about our hours. I'll talk about some additional research help, how to contact us, and then I forgot to take that survey portion out. There's no survey here. So we'll go to the next thing. So the things we loan out. So we have the normal things that you would expect to find in a library. We have lots of books. We have lots of ebooks that you don't even have to check out. You can just use them whenever you want to read an ebook. They're available for all of our students, and you have unlimited access to those ebooks. We also have print books that you can check out for about 3 weeks, and you can come into the library and use those materials. And then we also have things like research databases. We have quite a few of those for all of your research needs and finding credible information, and different types of research databases as well. So lots of articles, but we also have things like images and streaming audio and video. So there's a lot of different formats that you can access through the library, not just physically here in the building, but also online, where you're most comfortable, where you have your device. Some of the other things that we loan out are technology. So we have graphing calculators, and these are semester-long loans. And any student can really check out a graphing calculator. We do have some that are for 7-day loans, but most students just take them for the entire semester. We do prioritize the math and decision science students who will be actively using those for the equations that they're doing in those courses. We also have laptops and iPads with keyboards. These are very high demand items, I'm sure, as you know, but always check with us. I'll also show you how to check our inventory. It's usually updated daily, and you can see how many of each device that we currently have in the library. We also loan out Wi-Fi hotspots, and and these are all for semester-long loans. So you can check them out at the beginning of the semester and then return them at the end of the semester after you've completed all of your final work and everything like that. We do also process renewals usually from the fall semester to the spring semester. So if you check out a device in the fall and you're continuing into the spring, you can just renew that device and keep it through the entire academic year as well. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next section, which is meeting your librarians. So I actually have a new slide that I didn't put in here, but because we have actually 3 new adjunct librarians, which is really exciting. So we have a total of 9 librarians, and the ones that you see on the screen are, of course, myself, Siobhan, Donna, Shannon, and Mai. We are all full-time librarians, so we're here quite often, and you'll probably see us if you come into the library. And we also have Pat, Laura, Kristen, and Amina, who are our adjuncts. They're part-time librarians, and some of them also staff in person. Mainly, they're staffing our online chat service during our open hours. So just so you know, if you log on to our chat service, it is 24 hours, and I'll also show you how to get to that. But it is 24 hours, but we also staff that. So during usually our business hours, when the library is physically open, a librarian will be staffing the in-person reference desk as well as the chat service. So you can connect with us virtually via chat or in person at the reference desk. Okay, so speaking of visiting us at the reference desk, we are open. The library is open, and we've actually expanded our hours from last semester. So Mondays and Tuesdays, we're open 8 to 5. Wednesdays and Thursdays, we are open 8 to 7. Fridays, 8 to 2, and Saturdays, 9 to 2. So we are open on Saturdays too. And I don't know what our hours have been or how busy we've been on Saturdays, but in the past, when we've been, when everybody's on campus, Saturdays were usually pretty quiet. So I always tell students, like, if you want a really nice, quiet place to study, Saturday is a good day to come. And there's also plenty of parking. So just keep that in mind too. You can do things in the library like just use it for study space, which a lot of our students do. We also have textbooks on reserve in our print collection. So you can come in and use some of the textbooks that we have. They're usually a 2-hour loan period, and you do have to return them at the end of that. But we have copy machines and scanners that you can use to make photocopies or scan PDFs of some of the pages from the textbook and send it to yourself. You can use our computer lab, which should be equipped with all of the software that are being used in many of the courses on here, particularly specialty software that might be used in courses like AutoCAD, engineering courses, those kinds of things. And then we also have some tutorial services happening in person in the library as well. A lot of them are still virtual, they're online, but they are bringing back in-person tutorial services too. So you can access those during our open hours as well. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about research help. Now, I know it's really early in the semester, so you might not be thinking about research needs now, but just keep it in the back of your mind that the librarians are available to help you whenever you get any kind of assignment. We help students in lots of different courses, from engineering to biology to English to communications. So we help students in a lot of different subject areas. And you can contact us both virtually and in person, as I mentioned, via chat, as well as in person at our reference desk. There's no appointment needed. You just jump on chat, or you just come into the library during our open hours. Research consultations, these are a little more in-depth. So we do ask you to complete a request form, and we'll meet with you on Zoom. Currently, we're not doing any research consultations in person, but we will do it on Zoom. They're one-on-one, and they're really helpful for students who are working on specific projects, for them to find research specific to that assignment and that topic they are researching. So these are very helpful. We get great feedback from students that tell us, you know, I should have done this earlier, or this was super helpful for this class and other classes. So please request a research consultation, because those are extremely helpful for students. We call them wrap sessions. So you can find the wrap session request form on our library website, which I will show you in just a moment. And then we do have some webinars. We actually have a YouTube channel where a couple of those are uploaded. Some of our webinars last between like 20 minutes to an hour, just depends on how much we're covering, but there are things like just an introduction to library services, sort of like what I'm doing now. Also how to search the research databases and how to take advantage of Google Advanced Searching. So you can look up our videos on our YouTube channel, because we do have recordings of those as well. And we sometimes do live sessions. So if you're available, you can log in, come into the Zoom and watch us do a demo of some of these resources. Okay, and then some quick ways to contact the library. So I did mention our chat, and you can see it actually over here on the right-hand side. There's a little blue tab, and that's on a lot of different pages that you'll see throughout the library, just because we want to make sure you can contact us whenever you have a question on any page that you land on. You can call us at our phone number. You can also text us, and then you can also email me directly if you have any questions. So I think that is, nope, that's that survey I don't want to show. So what I'm going to do now is flip over to the website. Now I just moved my screen. So can everyone see the library website now? Okay, perfect. Thank you. So as you can see, the little chat widget just slid out. You can close it, or if you decide you have a question and you want to chat, you can click on that chat now button, enter your information. You can enter your question in here and just hit start chat, and you'll be connected with the librarian pretty quickly. I'm going to close that though, because I'm just going to scroll down. So a few different options you have here at the top. Again, we have another. Oh, I'm sorry. Did someone have a question? No. Okay. We have another little button that'll connect you to the chat. Here's our phone number again. We are on social media too, so you can follow us for like updates, or sometimes we market some of the resources that we have. So we're on Facebook and Instagram. Again, here are our hours that you can physically come in and visit the library. You can also see a weekly schedule and maybe dates that will be closed, like the different holidays coming up. So you can look at some of those future schedules for the rest of the semester. And then a really important thing is the link to technology loans and returns. So if you want more information about those tech loans, you just click on that button. And so it gives you our tech desk hours. They're pretty similar to our open hours for the main library, but our tech desk is, the hours differ just a little bit, but not quite. So they usually close at 5, where the main library will be open until 7. The tech loans desk will just close at 5. But if you come in after that date, you'll just go to the main desk of the library, and someone will help you there. So you can still get help with technology loans at our main desk. So here are the hours for that. And underneath that, you'll see technology availability. So here's our inventory list that one of our staff updates usually daily. So they updated it yesterday at about 12:41. So we have about 263 calculators left and a few iPads left, but we are currently out of laptops and MiFis. So check that. If you see that it hasn't been updated in a little while, just call us and someone will always answer that phone. Okay, so, and then we just have more information about how to check out materials for the spring. And then at the end of this semester, we'll update this tech returns for spring returns, just to give you more information and dates that you can start returning and renewing your devices. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down a little bit, show you some of these options for research help. So we have 2 columns. One is to find and access the material. So all of these buttons will be linked to resources that you can get at the library or through the library, whether they're in person or online. On the other column is research help. So we have some FAQs that students tend to ask. And so, we created these entries in there, and you can click on that to find some of those. This is the YouTube channel that I mentioned, where you can go in and see some of those research videos that we have. So here's the how to be a Google Pro one. This is a recording of the EBSCO webinar that we have, and some other resources, and also some fun videos. The librarians used to do annual Halloween little skits that we'd go around campus and do. So we recorded some of those, and those are also available on our YouTube channel. Okay, and here's that button to request a wrap session. So you'll just go there for those research consultations. And then we also have some other resources that are super helpful, which are called research guides. And within the library internally, we call them LibGuides. But they're basic research guides that will help you with almost anything related to research. So if you have to, give an argumentative speech or write an argumentative essay, we have a guide on, getting started with academic argumentation. We have also some subject-specific guides like biology. Lots of English 1A guides, because that's a really popular class. It's a GE that everybody takes. We also have guides on evaluating sources, fake news, and some other like monthly type events like Hispanic Heritage Month, National Poetry Month, and things like that. So take a look at at some of these. They're available for all students, and you can go in and just look at some of the resources that will be helpful to you, like avoiding plagiarism, learning how to cite your materials, and getting examples of what those look like. So this is all created for students to come and use and take advantage of these resources. Okay, so this one links directly to one of those guides, evaluating sources, because that's something we get asked pretty often. Okay, I'm going to go to this first column too, and actually show you and talk about a resource that we have through the library called Biblio. So I mentioned that we have print textbooks on reserve, and you can come into the library and check those out for a couple of hours. You can sit in the library and read them, or you can make photocopies of the pages and send those to yourself. But we also have this resource called Biblio. What it is, it's a basic catalog for students to get digital access to textbooks. And so this explains what Biblio is, how you access it, and specifically for students, the way you would access it is you can do it from Canvas. Usually your instructor will tell you if the book for their course is available in Biblio. Not all of the textbooks are available, but if it is, your instructor will enable Biblio in your course navigation menu, and then you can just click on that and search for your book. The other way to access Biblio is to set up your account, download the app, or go to biblio.com. So I'll actually show you how to do that. So you'll just follow these steps here. Let me click on this. I actually have an account, so I'll just show you how to log in once you set your account up, and then what the catalog looks like. So for you, if you're using this for the first time, you'll just click sign up. If not, if you've already accessed it before, and you've already signed up your account, then you'll just click log in. I'm going to go use my Biblio account, and then I'm just going to enter my email address. For students, you will use your my.sccd.edu email address. So you have to use that for it to work. And then once you log in, you're taken to the catalog. So you can browse just to see, what books are available, or you can search specifically for your book. So let me search for algebra to see if any of those books show up. So for example, if you're using intermediate algebra or differential equations and linear algebra here, all of these books are available, and you can start reading them right away. And this is provided to you by the library, so it is free, and these are the full text of the books. that you can access. And once you access a book, you can continue to access it for 12 months. So you have full access to the entire book. You can look at the different chapters and go to those different chapters, whatever you need to read for that day or time. You can also favorite the book so that it shows up first when you log in. So if I go back, so there's that book, I favorited it, so I don't have to look for it again. It's right here ready for me. So that's an unfavorite. So that's quickly Biblio. Again, not all of the materials, not all of the textbooks for courses are going to be available in Biblio. It just depends on things like, the publisher and whether they want their book to be available in this kind of catalog. But if it's not, you still have another option. So let me go back to that guide. So there's a question of what if my textbook is not available in Biblio. So you can again access textbooks that the library has on reserve a couple of ways. So one way again is to come into the library to use the materials that we have in our print collection. The other way is you can access to, or you can request to have pages from a textbook scanned and emailed to you. There's a limit on how many pages you can request, but you can do that in here. So if you scroll down, there's this button that says request copies of a chapter from a textbook, and you'll just complete all the information, what pages you need, and you should get those pages emailed to you. Just make sure you, again, use your State Center Community College District email address. Okay, I think that is everything that I wanted to talk about. I'm not sure if anybody has any questions. I kind of ran through that.
I was curious, you mentioned their ebooks. So how do you access ebooks?
Oh, that's a great question, Miley. Okay, thank you. Yes. So under this find and access option, there's a button that says books, one search catalog. So that's primarily the place that you'll want to search for all of our books. So it searches for our print books. It also searches for a lot of our ebooks. So for example, if I'm going to do another search for algebra. Okay, so there's lots of books. If you have a specific title, I recommend typing that in, or you can also get much more specific with your search terms. So the way you would limit to just those ebooks is if you went over here to available online. And if I click on that, it should show me all of the ebooks that we have available through the library. So I see that there's this algebra book available. It was published in 2018, and it does say that it's available online. So once I click on that, it'll take you to the ebook in whatever database it's held in. So it looks kind of strange here because you don't actually see the book, but if you scroll down, you can go directly to the PDF and start reading it from the cover page all the way to the end, or you can go down to the table of contents. This is kind of what I like to do just to see. Sometimes the descriptions can vary. The descriptions in the table of contents of this one are not super helpful. Sometimes they're a little better, but I'm just going to go to chapter 1. And you can just start reading through the book there. So that's how you'll access most of our ebooks. And again, they're available. I mean, typically whenever you need them, there's no checkout for them. You can just access them whenever you need to. If you want to come back to this page, for example, and you don't want to go through searching for the book again and through the catalog and all of that, go to this permalink and save this link. And this link will always bring you back to this exact page. So you can do that. You can also, if you just want to come back, or if you just want to save a few pages, some of our databases allow you to do that. So you can go up here to save pages, and it'll tell you how many you're allowed to do. So this book allows you to save 100 pages. It's telling me this section's only 14. So maybe I want to save this section. I'm going to hit Save PDF. Might take a moment to download. And so now I have the PDF, which I can save and read later or annotate if I want to, all of those things. Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you.
Okay, I have one more question on
Yeah.
your ebooks. Are they only textbooks or would you have other topics? Let's say motivation, and you've got books that are ebooks. Are they topics only pertaining to textbooks? I was just curious.
No. So actually, I would say like 95% of the books that we have in the library are not textbooks. Most of them are just books for your interests, for the research you're doing in your courses, for those kinds of things. So most of our books are just for you, for your enjoyment or for you to use for research purposes. Yeah, that's a great question. So yeah, so like if we were looking for like motivational books or something, we could type that in. And just find some books having to do with that. A lot of social psychology things and, motivation and emotion, things like that. Yeah, so we could access all of these. Most of these online. It will find, again, both print and ebooks. So if you only want to see ebooks that you can access right at that moment, go over here to available online and it'll just show you the ebooks. Yeah, it's a great question.
Good information. Wow. Every time I see a library presentation, every time you do one, I learn new things. So good stuff. Right at your fingertips, you guys, right at your fingertips. So cool. I'm going to check out the ebooks. Thank you.
Check out the ebooks. And we're always adding new stuff. So that might be why you're always learning new things.
It's amazing. I didn't know about the ebooks. I didn't pick up on it. I don't know. It's just sometimes I want to just, scan and look at stuff and it's just right there. I could just do that here at Fresno City College. That's very cool. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. If you're ever looking for a book, check to see if we have it, or, a journal or a magazine or something, check to see if we have it. We have quite a few online too that you can read.
Gosh, students are so lucky. I mean, it makes it so easy, right from home, just get online and find what you need. I think it's great.
And I love that you can save the PDF, and that you can have up to 100 pages. It allows you to, do your homework or research over time, and you can save it and go back to it when you need it. So that's very, very cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I think it really helps students doing research papers. You can go in or you can just do your research online. It makes it so much easier.
Yeah, and some of them have really cool features like, let me show you. Okay, so we also have databases that you can access. So below that books button, there's articles button, which is like sort of misleading in a way. We have to figure out a better way to describe this because it's more than just articles. But if you go to our research list, sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. We have 79 databases that we subscribe to. And these are just, again, a mix of things like articles, videos, images, books, all kinds of things, newspapers. And we have a few things that are kind of cool that I want to point out. So we have the New York Times. We have a subscription to the New York Times online. So if you ever hit one of those paywalls and it tells you like, stop, you've already accessed all of the articles from this newspaper, come here. And we have an institutional subscription. So you just activate your account and then you have 12 months of free access to the New York Times. And that's a really, really cool source.
Really cool.
For you to use. Yeah, and it's all students, staff, and faculty. So everybody has it.
Yeah, I get those paywalls all the time.
How about the Fresno Bee?
So
the Bee?
So we get the Fresno Bee, but it's through a third party. So it's not the website, but it's the articles from the Fresno Bee. So so let me go in here. So if I go to F, you'll see Fresno Bee here. And what's kind of cool about our access is that you can read the articles just like plain text on the page, or you can actually look at the print version. that was printed today. So let me go in here. There's a few different ones. You can do a search too. So if you saw an article earlier and maybe you hit a paywall, come here and then you can search that same title and you should be able to find that article. If you saw something in the printed newspaper, for example, and you want to see, you know, the issue from today, you can go to this one that says image. It's kind of weird that it says image, but that's because it is an image of the actual newspaper. So I'm going to look at today's, which is January 19th. And so it's just the actual newspaper that was printed today. So all 86 pages, you can look through it. Let me go to the next page. It might take a moment because it's such a large file, or you can just go through the specific page that you're looking for if you remember what that is. And you can also you can clip out the newspaper story that you want to read. You can also print it and download this as well. So I want to download this full page, or I can do the clip. So if I want to just download this full page as a PDF, it helps you cite too, which is important. So if you're going to use this for any research purposes, you can select the style that you're using. I'll just select MLA. I'm going to hit download. And it might take a moment just because of all the images and everything that's that it's downloading. But so this is the full page that I downloaded. So you can read that as well. So that's how we access the Fresno Bee. It's not super straightforward as maybe the website might be, but you still have access to all the content.
Very cool.
Yeah. There are times that things happen, you get the headline, but I can't because I don't, the paywall. Yeah, can't read it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I hit that all the time. So,
Yeah.
So I'll come in here and I'll search for the article so I can just read it and have it. Or if you follow a specific columnist or something in the Fresno Bee and you want to read their stuff, you can create an alert. So whenever their stuff is published in here, it'll get sent to you.
Wow. That's
So
great.
just to put this out there as well, so students who are waiting for their books from the bookstore, every course that is in catalog for this semester, you have a copy of every title, whether it's online or physical, don't you?
Not every single title. It really depends because we do purchase our textbooks from the bookstore. So it does depend on what's available there. And unfortunately, we cannot purchase access codes or courseware and loan things like that. So
Okay.
we don't have
not access codes, but the actual physical books.
Yeah, if the physical book is available, we try to purchase it and have it available for the 2-hour loans.
Just in case there's a student out there that is waiting a week for their book to come in and, they, need to utilize the book, they can go to the library and make copies or, utilize it there in-house until their book comes in.
Definitely. Yes, definitely.
So that's available. Okay, that was all I had to say.
Well, does anyone else have a question? You want to unmute and ask Linda a question about library services?
I had a question if nobody else is going to ask. I don't want to interrupt them.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask, so for the online chat, that's 24 hours, right? Is that strictly Fresno City librarians, or I'm assuming it's a service that uses third-party librarians, right?
Yeah, that's a great question. So during our the library's open hours usually is when Fresno City College librarians will staff it. We do have what we call them backup librarians, and they're from other schools. Sometimes they're from other countries too, just depending on what time it is and the time zone difference. But yeah, you might get a librarian from Australia or from the UK or somewhere like that. It's a collaborative. So we all kind of go in on these like global hours is what we call them. And we give the Fresno City College gives those librarians a lot of information that will help them with students here specifically. So they still, they have access to all of our databases so they can show you how to use them. They might not know certain things like specific policies about like the technology loans or things like that, but anything that those after hours librarians can't answer, they leave us a ticket and then we follow up with you. So, but yeah, you're right. We do have those backup librarians from other institutions.
That's really cool.
It actually, it really is. Yeah, I think it's
I want to
pretty-
talk to an Australian librarian.
I was wondering about that too. How do they have 24-hour librarians? So.
Oh yeah, no,
Good
we're not.
question.
Yeah, I'm not staffing at 3 a.m. No.
Like, who's up at 3? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's somebody in a different time zone. But yeah. And sometimes they're also from California. Sometimes they're from they might be from Fresno State or a local school. And it's usually college librarians too. So they know the college research needs and all of that too.
I bet Isai is going to chat up a librarian at 3 a.m. See which
Yes.
country you
Who it
get.
is.
Have to tell me all about it. Thank you so much, Linda. This was so informative. Really, really great. There's so many students that don't know, all the things that we have to offer and it's such a plethora of things. There's so much that, it's great that this was recorded. Other people can come on at different times and watch so that they, they're just aware of what services we provide. You guys are doing awesome. That's so amazing.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for letting me come and talk about it, because it is I always enjoy sharing what we have with the campus community. So I hope that's what we want. We want people to use all of these services. So please use them.
Yeah, well, and I feel like a lot of people don't know that they're available, they know about the tech loans, but they don't know about all of the in-depth research that they can do and, asking librarians for help and, doing collaborative things with, and, even, the computer lab, that it's available to them. So to utilize so that they can be successful. So.
Yes, this is a nice introduction to library services. There's no way you're going to walk into the library and get all this information from one librarian. So this is great information, and we will share this with students. We'll put it up to our YouTube channel, I'm sure, and students can access that if they have questions. But great presentation. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you all so much. It was great being here. Yeah.
Okay.
I want this.
Day.
Can you save this recording and send it to me?
Absolutely. I will send it as soon as we're done.
Okay. Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and we can talk about some other things as well.